In this lesson, I want to talk all about the client-side options that we're going to run into when we're developing applications. So we're not going to go into great detail about each of these, but really the point of this is I just want you to be aware of the different things you may come across. So if you do hear it, you go, oh yeah, I remember, Dan talking about that in the client-side options section. So we're just going to quickly run through these. So we have HTML5 and CSS3 means that we are using current standards to build out our front ends. Bootstrap, who I'm sure everybody has heard of by now, is a powerful mobile-first front-end framework that gives us the ability to create faster and easier web development. AngularJS versus Angular. I brought these both up because it is pretty important. So we're going to be using only Angular here. Now, AngularJS refers to the Angular 1.x series. So anything prior to newer versions, that is kind of referred to as AngularJS, and we won't be using that in this course. Angular refers to any version that is past one, so 2, 4, 5, and they really want to be known as Angular going forward, so we're going to kind of refer to that as Angular going forward. jQuery, who I'm sure everybody's heard of again at this point, just a fast, small, feature-rich JavaScript library. WebSockets basically enables next-generation web application that utilize real-time bidirectional messaging for better user experience. And you'll see that as one of the options when you're going through generating your application. So now Yarn and Webpack are kind of the new flavor, and we're going to be using these in this course. Yarn is a dependency management system that was developed by Facebook. This is actually going to replace Node Package Manager, NPM, just because of its speed. And we actually will get into a little bit of more of installing Yarn and what it is in the development section. Webpack is a module bundler, and Webpack takes modules with dependencies and generates static assets representing those modules. So it bundles all of your JavaScript together. It bundles all of your CSS together, all of your images together. So Bower and Gulp, I just want to mention them, but we're not going to use it. So when we generate our applications, we are basically asked if we want to use the new Angular, and with that Angular comes Yarn and Webpack. The old AngularJS applications used Bower and Gulp. Bower is just a package manager for the web. Gulp gives us the ability to automate and enhance our workflow, defining different tasks. Sass is an extension of CSS, and it basically it adds to the power of the basic CSS language and allows us to define things like variables and stuff like that. Browser Sync is a really nice developer tool that allows for live reloads and cuts out repetitive manual tasks. So definitely a developer enhancement for you. Karma is a test runner that brings productive testing environments to developers. And Protractor is an end-to-end test framework for AngularJS applications. So I think that's, like I said, I don't want to go too deep into this. I just wanted to mention these so that if you see them in your application or you hear me refer to them, you'll kind of understand what they are. And I guess the other point to this is, we're start talking about these JHipster applications, and there's a lot that goes into them. A lot of client-side stuff, a lot of server-side stuff, and you don't need JHipster to build out these types of applications. But you can start to see the power in this, that you don't have to configure all of these different tools and options that we're going to have available to us. And I think, on just one of the many reasons JHipster saves us a bunch of time. So that's it for client side. Let's go ahead and move on to the server side options.